Hey, what's up everybody? In this video I'm going to show you how I would choose to build a mid-range gaming PC. In fact, this is very similar to the machine I'm currently running and loving. I also built a machine like this almost identical for my daughter who's into PC gaming and YouTubing and whatnot. This nice machine right next to me. Sorry about my cluttered desk here, but it can handle pretty much anything I throw at it. Any game at 1080p gets well over 60 frames per second on very high settings. No, I'm not running 4K, although I'm sure with some tweaks I could do that. But I run everything at 1080p, very high settings, and I'm getting a lot of value out of this PC. It's lasted me a while, and I expect it to last me a while still. Of course, the beautiful thing about building your own PC is that you can always upgrade it. You can always swap out parts, customize it however you'd like. You don't have to buy everything necessarily up front. If you want to add more memory later, you want to add more storage later, you want to add disk drives, whatever, that can come later. But this is how I would choose to build a mid-range gaming powerhouse PC from scratch. Now I've included links, Amazon links to all the components in the description. Just a disclaimer, these are my affiliate links, so if you choose to buy something from my link, I get a little percentage. I'd appreciate that, but you can totally shop around for these parts. You can go look on Newegg or wherever you want to go. Let's get started. Okay, so here it is. These are the parts you'll need to get started here. Of course, there's a case. You need something to hold everything together. This is the case I'm using. Fractal design, whatever. It comes in a bunch of different colors. I personally like the white one. It's only 55 bucks. Just a great case. It holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think like 7 fans, so it'll keep everything nice and cool. I think there are 2 in the bottom. I could be lying. I'm sorry. I've got at least 2 here in the front. I put in 2 in the top and 1 extra on the back. It keeps everything very nice and cool. The airflow is really nice in this case, and it looks good. I like it. A simple and clean design, and it's very economical. Of course, there are a bunch of other cases out there. It's just whatever you like, really. It's a mid-sized tower, which for me I prefer because it gives you a lot of versatility. It lets you, it allows plenty of room to put in different parts. You can fit a lot of components in there, but it doesn't take up too much room either. It's a nice size, and it's what I would recommend for starting out. Moving on, so once you get your case, of course you need to supply it with some power, so you need a power supply. This is a nice one. It's not too noisy. It's nice and cool. 55 bucks. It's a 700 watt, and should be plenty of power for the rest of the build. Even if you want to add in some more stuff later on, you want to add in some disk drives and optional stuff, you should be fine here. 700 watts is plenty of power for most rigs. Moving on to the motherboard. Of course, the motherboard houses all of the other components, makes everything work together. So I like this MSI Performance Gaming X47 Ryzen whatnot. It sort of feels like a kind of a future-proof motherboard. This is going to last you many years. This is an AM4 motherboard. We're using the Ryzen 5 2600s, but it also supports the new Ryzen chips, like the new 3600 chips and whatnot. So it's kind of future-proof. I'm going to show you, the CPU I'm using right now still handles the job fine, and it's actually a really good price right now. So that's what I'm using. And but if you want to upgrade to the newer chips, the faster processors, this motherboard can handle it. Just a lot of good features on this one. It's really built for gaming. To be quite honest, I don't understand all the features here, but it's a solid motherboard at a good price. There's no built-in Bluetooth. I don't know if that's something that you really want or need in your motherboard, but really it does the job. It does everything I need it to. For the Bluetooth, I just got a little USB adapter there, and I'm good to go. Now the processor, like I say, of course the new Ryzen chips are out and they're not too expensive, but this one is still really doing the job for me. It's a Ryzen 5 2600. It's only 117 right now, which is just a great deal. Like I say, it handles all the games I throw at it very well, and no problem here. Everything's very fast. Even video editing, it's no problem. So the big upgrade for me, I was using the FX was it 8320 or 8350 prior to this, and video editing was so slow and it would overheat sometimes. This thing is great, super fast. Like I say though, you might want to look into, just depending on your budget, you might get the there's the Ryzen 7 2600, or there's the newer generation ones that are even faster and not too much more expensive. But for me, for this kind of mid-range, I want to say really trying to balance value with performance. To me, this is a good chip and it's a good time to buy it at 117. Good deal. Again, prices fluctuate too. Do shop around and compare products, but for me, this is my pick right now. Alright, let's look at the graphics cards. My pick for graphics card is this Radeon RX 580. It's the 8GB graphics card. This thing is just, it's a very solid graphics card. Again, it handles anything you throw at it these days. 1080p, very high settings. At $179.99, it's a good mid-range card that can really handle a lot of graphic intensive games. Not top of the line, but definitely a very solid mid-range card. It's not too loud, it performs really well, and it gets my pick. Alright, of course you're going to need some memory. Really, I recommend DDR4, which of course the motherboard is going to require. DDR4 16 gigabytes at least to start, which is really all you need right now for gaming, even for video editing, doing a lot of kind of graphically intensive processes. 16 gigabytes is really all you need. Of course, you can always add another set of these in the future. You can go up to 32 gigs, no problem. But keeping budget in mind, this is not bad at all. $65, 32 megahertz. It's very fast. You don't want to go under 3000 megahertz. You want to make sure that it's nice and quick. And this is a good pick right here. Good value and good performance as well. Alright, now lastly we're coming around to storage. So really this is up to you. The Seagate is a really good deal right now, $50 for 2 terabyte hard drive. This is where I would recommend storing all your games and your files, your videos, images, whatever. Of course, games and other media are taking up more and more space now, so you might even want to go up more than 2 terabytes. But as a starting point, $50 for 2 terabytes, pretty good deal. You can store a lot on it. And then in addition to that hard drive though, I would recommend getting a solid state drive to run your operating system on. So even a small 240 gigabyte drive like this, solid state drive, it's only $30. You can throw Windows 10 on here and it boots up like that. So quick. Again, you want to put all your main storage on your bigger hard drive, but for your operating system, your main system operations, you want them to be running off this solid state drive. It'll just make your life so much nicer, make everything so quick. Like I say, your PC is going to boot up in a snap, and you're just going to be so much happier with this purchase. Of course, you can buy a bigger one. 1 terabyte is almost $100. You can shop around different brands, whatever, maybe $90 or so for a terabyte. You can get some even bigger than that now, but they are just more pricey. So I'd recommend at least this 240 gigs to throw your operating system on. And I've been really happy with that myself. Like I say, it just makes Windows and everything just runs super quick. PC boots up super quick, and then store everything else on your hard drives. I actually have a couple hard drives now. I have a 2 terabyte and a 1 terabyte. Like I say, you can always upgrade. You can throw in more storage. You can throw in more RAM as you go on. But this is a nice starting point, and everything here totals about $680. So nice mid-range budget, but yet powerful PC for all your gaming needs. At least in my case, all of my gaming needs. I can run VR on this. I can run any game I throw at it. High settings at 1080p. Yeah, I've just been super happy with this. Like I say, I built this same machine for my daughter, and she's been super happy. And there it is. I mean, I think this is going to serve our needs for years to come. And it's easy, so easy to just upgrade parts as you go along. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future, please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe for more content. If you have suggestions, or are there things I missed, things I got wrong, things you want to argue, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will read what you have to say, and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.